nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost. We're reaching for the stars. We're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Reaching for stars. I wonder where you are. Oh. Hey, I got something to say. I'm just so sick of hearing everyone complain. I know it's tough and I know there's pain, but hitting bottom is the only way to change. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling, you keep bluffing. You've got nothing, I'll keep hustling. I've seen a lot of people who don't know what work is. I've seen a lot of people who don't know what thirst is. I've had a taste of evil and tried to cure the sickness, but I just keep my head down and focus on the facts. I'm setting down gravel while you just follow the path. I'll lead them into battle while you're just too scared to act. I'll leave the knife right in my back. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling, you keep bluffing. You've got nothing, I'll keep hustling. nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost. We're reaching for the stars. We're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're Hey, I got something to say. I'm just so sick of hearing everyone complain. I know it's tough and I know there's pain, but hitting bottom is the only way to change. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling, you keep bluffing. You've got nothing, I'll keep hustling.
Oh, I don't even know if y'all just heard me. Did y'all hear me? Or was I just talking to myself? Because I came in with the yo, what's happening? Good morning. Anybody hear that or not? I was talking to myself probably. Anyhow, there's a lot going on today. So the stream that I set up was for Daryl Brooks and his crazy ass. We was covering, actually we were live when this happened, when he got into this accident. But I do got to touch base on some stuff. And oh, you didn't hear the good morning, but you can hear me now. All right, Allie. So I got you, babe. I got you, babe. So anyhow, there was some shit. I guess there was a whole day of shit that went on yesterday that I didn't know nothing about. That I missed out on. So anyhow, there was a whole lot going on. So I'll address that at the end. Or when we're finished up here or whatever. But I'm gonna touch base on this Daryl Brooks because he's acting a damn donkey's ass out there, kind of like Bullhorn Betty is right now. Hey, Mandolin, I just got your email and I got some messages and stuff. Roxy touched base and that. So, matter of fact, you want to talk? You got time? You want to talk to me now, or you want to wait? You want me to wait till I'm done, or what you got going on? I mean, honestly, it really ain't much. I just want to touch base. So over here on my channel, I pretty much let everybody up. Anybody is welcome to come up. And I mean, if you got problems with somebody else, that's your problem. You need to take it up with them. I do not get in the middle of people's shit. I do not get in the middle of people's fights. Um, I'm not going to. If you have an issue with somebody over here, you need to block them if you want to be here. If you don't want to be here, that's fine. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Um, but yeah, I refuse to get into the middle of other people's shit. I don't care to hear about it. I don't really want to know about it. I don't give a fuck. We all have issues. We all fight on here. That was like when I called Brittany out and she went and had Granny try to come over here and talk to me. Well, I don't know that she did. I think she just didn't, she was scared. So either way, which there was never any reason to be scared or nervous, but whatever, it is what it is. When you're a grifter and you're called out, you don't like it. I understand that. Now you want to feel like you're in competition with me. Okay, cool. Whatever. It is what it is. But I mean, we all got issues of our own. I'm just not going to get involved with the issues that you and Laura have. That's between you and Laura. Um, you're welcome over here just as much as Laura is. There is no, I'm not going to get in the middle of it. I'm not going to say you can't be here. She can't be here. Both y'all are welcome here. If you guys don't like each other, then block each other. I mean, fuck, Georgia and Monis were some of the two people that couldn't get along at all, and they both came in here and was able to block each other and move forward. You know, it is what it is. We're grown ass women, we're grown ass adults, and I don't feel like I need to babysit anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all have issues, we all get into each other. You guys have had some ongoing shit for a long fucking time, and like I said, it ain't even my place to be getting in the middle of it because I don't know shit about all of it. I wasn't around for all of it. Like, there's people that want me to hate Laura so fucking bad they can't stand it. And I wasn't around for that bullshit. I mean, I can tell you now, if there's something going on, it's not going to be going on my panel. You know what I'm saying? And if it is, we'll address it when that happens. You know what I'm saying? I just don't allow that shit over here. I mean, everybody's welcome. I make this a channel where everybody can come and talk shit together. We can all fucking talk shit together. I know I got a bunch of messages saying that Laura was throwing my name into some shit or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. I don't want to be in the middle of it. I don't want to be in any of it. Yeah, I'm not gonna get in the middle of it. It doesn't have anything to do with me, and I don't want her bringing me into it. I didn't feel that you were bringing me into it. I felt you came over here. We laughed. We had a good time, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I mean, I don't know. I didn't take any offense to anything that you did or said over here. I don't have any issues with you being over here. I don't have any issues with Laura being over here. You know, you're both welcome over here. I don't have any issues with that. Yeah, see, you guys had a lot of issues. You know what? There's people, fuck. I mean, I just had some girl come up here from 2 years ago or a year and a half ago that is irrelevant as fuck to me. I didn't even remember the bitch. And she's still holding on to anger and still pissed off at me because she was kicked out of fucking Critical K's fucking group 2 years ago. So, I mean, there's still people that are holding on to shit from 2 years ago against me. I mean, I wouldn't want anybody else to get in the middle of that dumbass shit. It's up to you, honey. If you want to come up, you're welcome to come up. It's completely up to you. I just heard that there was some stuff going on back and forth. There was some shit said, and I never said you couldn't be here. I never said anything like that. So here's the link. I'll drop the link real quick. I can do this. I can stop sharing for a minute. We can work on this here in a minute. The Daryl Brooks shit. All right, it's muted and it's off. Should just be us up here. So I'll stop sharing for right now. We'll bring Daryl Brooks up here in a minute. What up?
Okay, so wait, is that me echoing? Oh, never mind.
Might be me. I don't know. I just shut that sharing shit off. Okay, go ahead, honey.
Okay, so I never brought I never even was going to bring any issues. Matter of fact, we have each other blocked. So I was shocked when she was telling me that she was going to go to like I don't know, she was going to go to people to get them to get off of you to come at me, and I only came over here because of her. I've been coming over here off and on for a long time. I didn't
I was
even
gonna
think
say,
of
and I
her.
didn't know you were the same Manda that was back when Truthy was around.
Yeah, I've been around for a
Oh,
while. I just
Roxy said, yeah, that's what Roxy said. And she's like, this is the same Manda that was around with Truthy. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah. She said, we've known her for a long time. And I'm like, no shit. And see, like I said, I didn't know you were the same Manda. And I'm like, what the fuck? See,
yeah, I even like with voices when voices and I, which we squashed it on your panel. I didn't
right?
come up here and try to fight voices because like it's not my panel. I'm never gonna do that. It's disrespectful, you know. She wasn't saying anything to me. Um, or anything. So I wasn't going to make an issue with her on your panel. So I just wanted you to know that I was not at all. I had to address the stuff she said because Laura made a lot of threats, and your name had to come up. But I was like, I don't want you to be in the middle of nothing. I don't need anybody else to be in the middle of our fights. You know, I'm good. Like, so that's where I'm coming from. I don't want anybody in the middle of it. So that's all I wanted to say about it.
Well, yeah, and I mean, like I said, I was live that night, and then I popped in and said hey to Laura, and I went to bed. I didn't know that everything else, all that other shit was said between you guys. I didn't know, you know what I mean? Like I didn't know she had said things. I didn't know all that went down. I don't want to be in the middle of it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that fucker is obsessed with me. He's not ever gonna stop talking about me to start talking about you or anybody else.
Well, yeah, I didn't even know that, like, because I've had so much personal stuff going on. I didn't even know that you two were going at it still. Like, not you and
No,
Jody.
he goes at it all the time. He just doesn't. He has my name in his mouth every time he opens that fucking cocksucker. Every fucking time.
Yeah. So yeah,
I mean,
I
I
just
didn't
didn't
even
want.
talk about him. I put the shit out there, let it go, and move the fuck on. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, he promoted me so motherfucking bad. Look, I'm sitting at what 6,000 subs now, and he just cannot seem to understand why the fuck. I'm at. Well, you know what? You have my fucking name in every single panel and every single channel everywhere you go. Everybody's hearing about Queen Bee, so they coming over to check me out. You know,
Right. That's what
he's
happens a lot of times
right.
when you get called out, you know. But I just wanted you to know I never wanted you to be in a position. I didn't mention her on your panel at all. I don't come in your chat like yesterday.
Yeah, I
There
didn't
was
take
people.
offense to it, and I didn't think you came over here to start shit. I
Yeah.
just thought you came over here. We were laughing, joking, talking shit, having fun, and that was it.
Yeah, that's all I thought it was. Like I didn't even know she had a problem was going to react that way because it wasn't nothing to do with her. I had a lot of fun. So I just wanted to clear the air with you that I was not trying to bring issues over here. I don't know what her issue is that I was over here, but you're somewhere where everybody comes, so it should, you know,
Yeah, everybody's welcome. There shouldn't be any issues. I don't have any issues either. So I mean, I want to make that clear. You and Laura both. I mean, I like both you girls. I'm sorry that you guys don't get along. I'm sorry that there's problems between you girls. You know what I'm saying? I don't, I mean, I'm not, I don't know. I have issues with other people. People have issues with me, but sometimes it's hard because I wasn't here. I wasn't around. I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
I mean, and Cappy, she tries to fill me in a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? She doesn't really talk bad about any, you know what I mean, about all you guys either. She just is like, yeah, they have issues. They've had issues for a while. So
Yeah. I don't
that's
come
really
over
all
here
I
and
needed.
tell the issues. I don't, you know, people will, whatever I say ain't going to make nobody like or dislike Lauren. And that's not my plan, you know. This is like the most I will ever bring her up over here. And it's because she's literally the topic. So I'm
See,
never putting
I
nobody in a
like you. I
spot.
like you too. You like neither one of you girls have done shit to me personally. You know what I'm saying? So I like both you girls. So I don't have a problem with either one of you with you guys being here. You know what I mean?
Yes, and yeah. So I'm glad you got my email.
I
And I
did. Thank you
appreciate.
for sending it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry I didn't get back to you either. I didn't want to feel rude. I didn't want you to think I was being rude.
No, no, no. That's
It's a
okay.
lot
That's
last night,
fine.
so I had to take a little break, a little bit.
Yeah, I know you were live for such a long time.
I was
Um,
exhausted, man.
it is exhausting going live like that. But I'll let you get back to whatever you were playing. And I just wanted to come up and touch base that I don't want anybody in the middle of our fights at all. I never brought her up, and I never plan to again. So not over here. I mean.
Well, yeah. I was gonna say, I mean, you guys can do your own. You know what I mean? I have no problems with either one of you girls, and I hope you both come back. You know what I mean? I hope you guys are able to come over here and chill and hang out. And if you know what I mean, if you guys aren't comfortable, I understand that too. You know, I get it.
Yeah, I will.
So,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
still here. Yeah, I'll still be here. She's blocked. I can't even see her. So it has
okay.
not even an issue at all for me.
All right, cool,
So,
cool. We
all
were
right.
just, and you know, I mean, honestly, the shit that was all said, I would just let it go in one ear and out the other. Honestly, I mean, that's what I do. Fuck, I don't know. I mean, I talk
Right.
a lot of shit
Well,
too. I talk a lot of shit over here. So
right. Well, the only reason I even said anything was because she's, which I knew it was probably bullshit, but I just wanted to make sure because she was like, me and Queen both see what you're doing. And I'm like, wait, I just want to make sure there's not an issue. That's literally all. But now that I know there's not an issue, that's good.
yeah, it's all
So,
good. Yeah, it's all good, man.
all right. Well, I will be in chat. I got
All
to
right,
fix lunch. So thank you.
no problem, baby. Thank you for popping up.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, so we had to take care of that real quick because I got some emails and stuff, and I didn't even address it at that time because yesterday I was exhausted, you guys. I was like, you know what? I'm fucking tired. I'm gonna have to chill out for a little bit. I gotta chill out because yeah, we had a long weekend, long fucking weekend. Earth, I wrote you back as well. JLR struck down burnt toast. What? JLR, why you do that? See. He struck it all down, like all the way down. It says she doesn't have a channel anymore, or he just struck her once. Okay, there's no way. Humpty Dumpty Broken Pieces. You said I've been around here forever. Laura times me out on your channel. Actually, no, she doesn't because she doesn't have a wrench over here. Laura has never had a wrench on my channel, so there's no way she could time you out. Just want to make sure that's corrected right now. Okay, but hold on. He tried saying her avatar is his. What? He's fucking playing games, huh? That's crazy as hell. Crazy as hell, you guys. These YouTube streets and this shenanigans. I don't know. Anyhow, Daryl Brooks is crazy as fuck. He's in here spewing all kinds of shit. And the judge is letting him do it. And you know why she's letting him do it? Because when he comes back to try to say that he had a bad trial or something else happened, he's not going to be able to get another trial because of the bullshit he's already pulled. And listen to this. He had a 50-minute rant on the fucking judge, and she let his ass rant off like that. There ain't no fucking way I'd be able to be doing that. And yeah, more false strikes. I mean, shit, he's going to fuck his channel up doing that. See, he's going to fuck around and find out. Good morning, Heels. How are you, babe? I know you watched the shit show. I know you watched the shit show. We'll be going over that too. There was a fight outside Leilani's. She snapped. She finally got pissed. She finally got pissed enough to come barreling out at Bullhorns. Wait a minute here. This should be his third. What? What the hell? What the hell? So yeah, anyhow, let's put this fucking thing on because it's fucking, he is nuts, you guys. I am not even joking. Like, he has some serious issues. And let me see if I can pull up this video we watched to him with his rant. He starts going off on the damn judge. And I don't know how the hell she even keeps her composure with him because there's no fucking way that I would have been able to keep my composure with him after all the shit he has said and done. Let's see here. Get this fool on real quick. Yeah, so he's got all these outbursts. He starts snapping the fuck out, and he is, they call him by his name, and he goes, "That's not my name. I don't want to be called by that name." You guys, I can't with this fool. He is acting a fucking fool, you guys. Has anybody been watching his bullshit? Anybody at all been watching his shit? I've been watching it here and there. I catch the updates because I can't sit and watch all this shit.
The information in this case charges that Daryl E. Brooks, on or about Sunday, November 20th.
Can y'all even hear that?
On Main Street in the city of Waukesha, Waukesha County, Wisconsin, did recklessly endanger the safety of Connor Tank under circumstances which show utter disregard for human life and while using a dangerous weapon, contrary to sections 941.30 sub 1, 939.50 sub 3 sub F, and 939.63 sub 1 sub B of the Wisconsin statutes. The 17th count of the information in this case charges that Daryl E. Brooks, on or about Sunday, November 21 of 2021, on Main Street in the city of Waukesha, Waukesha County, Wisconsin, did recklessly endanger the safety of Eric Teagues under circumstances which show utter disregard for human life and while using a dangerous weapon, contrary to sections 941.30 sub 1, 939.50 sub 3 sub F, and 939.63 sub 1 sub B of the Wisconsin statutes. The 18th count of the information in this case charges that Daryl.
Okay, so she's reading his counts out, right? So he's got like 30 of them. You can barely even hear what the hell she's saying. I can't really hear it. I can't really hear it too much. I can't hear it very well, but hold on. Oh, yay. Y'all are watching. I've not missed a second of this trial. Girl, it has been nuts. I've been popping in and out because I don't have, like, I don't have the patience to just sit there and watch it like piece by piece. You know what I'm saying? So, like I have to like watch in sections and shit. So I try to catch up at the end, and watch what he's, you know what I mean? Go in and see what he's done for the day. And holy hell, he is something else, man. Let me tell you something. He's wild as hell. Matter of fact, so they're closing after lunch. Do you guys want to watch this or you want to watch his rants where he rants off? You tell me, y'all want me to play it right now, real time? Or do you guys want to go back and watch his bullshit? Go ahead and message me. I wouldn't be able to get through the trial if I didn't have a group of women to vent to. Yeah, it's this trial is something else. His rants. Okay. Let's go check it out. Hold on. He goes off the deep end. So Daryl Brooks ran into the Christmas parade and killed, I think it's 6 or 7 people. And he is acting, yeah, he's a sovereign citizen. And so he is representing himself. And hold on, Humpty. You said, let me see here. When I was commenting on the last live when Laura was up, I was timed out. But anyway, I mostly lurk. I enjoy this channel. I'm sorry. I don't know what was said that you are timed out, but my mods are pretty good. I mean, I know some of them get a heavy hand a little bit, but for the most part, my girls are pretty good. And they do, they do try to message me and let me know what's going on or why they block somebody. If it's, they try to keep me in the loop. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't see it and I don't hear it, but you know what I mean? It is what it is. I enjoy having you. But he rants off. So here, we're going to go watch him. He starts going off. And, the judge, she has an incredible restraint, y'all. She sits and lets him go off and talk all kinds of shit. But you know what? I feel bad. I feel the worst for him. Like, I feel the worst for the victims and their families and his ex-girlfriend, because he got to sit there and question her. And, how uncomfortable and ridiculous. I'd be fucking pissed. So, yeah, let me turn this on real quick.
By the name that this court chooses to identify me by.
Witness available?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's bring the jury back up.
Don't consent to being called by the name that this court chooses to identify me by. I'm going to state for the record that I'm here as a third-party interviewer on special appearance on behalf of my client.
Listen to his stupid shit. Get ready for it, y'all. Get fucking ready. It's ridiculous.
May it be noted again for the record so that we can keep the record clear and accurate.
The appearances are as they were this morning. They are no different. Bring the jury up.
And we have yet to address subject matter jurisdiction, Your Honor. I still haven't been shown any verified proof that this court has subject matter jurisdiction. And at this point, may I request an affidavit that you, Your Honor, have no bias, no conflict of interest, and no interest in the outcome of this case?
Mr. Brooks, the jury's coming out. We'll address your legal issues later, if I deem them appropriate.
Judge, do you hold the full
Mr.
judicial
Brooks,
power of the state, or is this the military
Can
power?
you please take the jury out? Thank you.
Do you hold the full
Mr. Brooks, just
jurisdiction?
wait till the jury's out, please. I ask that you show that respect.
I will.
Thank you. Everyone else can be, you all can be seated. Mr. Brooks, just make your statements. What do you want to advise the court today?
I want to first state again for the record that I do not identify by that name, nor do I consent to being called that name. Your Honor, with all respect, I'm merely asking you, do you have the full judicial power of the state, or is this military power?
I'm sorry? I don't understand what you're asking me, sir.
I'm asking, is
And on
this...
what legal basis are you making that request?
I'm asking, for the record, is this a common law court or an admiralty court? What are we in here? And I'm requesting an affidavit that you, Your Honor, have no bias, no conflict of interest, or no interest in the outcome of this case. And the reason why I want to state this clearly for the record, mainly is because of the bias that's been shown. I have not been getting any certified copies of any requests that I've made, which I was told by this court to address inmate communication forms for anything that I may need. I've done that. I've complied with that. Every time I've needed something of the court pertaining to documents, I've done it the way the court has asked me. And I've always stated that I wanted everything to be certified. I have yet to even get that. My court docket sheet was not a certified copy. When I asked Your Honor of your oath of office, I asked for that to be certified. You stated for the record that you would not give me a certified copy of your oath of office, which you are required to show if I ask for it. I've brought up my Sixth Amendment constitutional right that has been pretty much discarded, and that is based on the fact that I have the right to face my accuser, which would be the plaintiff, state of Wisconsin, in this matter. They have yet to show that a claim is I mean, a living human being can only make a claim. An entity cannot make a claim. I've requested for the complaint to be provided. The complaint from November 23 of 2021, the amended complaint from November 29th of 2021, the second amended complaint from January 12 of this year, 2022. I have yet to see those. There was no record of a bond in my docket sheet. I asked for that to be verified by proof. That hasn't been provided. There's so many biases, clear biases in questions that are not being asked based on judicial determinations made by Your Honor.
He don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. A whole bunch of word ass salad. What the hell?
And I think they're clear. I think at minimum I deserve for the subject matter jurisdiction to be verified and proven. I've raised that issue numerous times, pretty much every day, every time I come before your court, Your Honor. I address that, and it has yet to be proven. My filings have been disregarded, even though they've been filed into the record, even though they've been time stamped. I haven't got the original copies of any of them, which I'm supposed to get. And as we sit here today, I'm still not even understanding the nature and cause of the charges. That hasn't even been proven. Can that be provided in any way? I'm basically sitting here confused because I don't understand why these proceedings are are allowed to continue when there's so many things that have not been provided. They haven't been provided in my discovery. They haven't been provided to me by being brought to my pod where I'm housed in the jail. I'm without so much information, valid information to this matter. And I believe that it should be verified and it should be proven for the record. And if not, I move for this case to be dismissed for failure to appear by the plaintiff and failure to state a claim for which relief can be granted. Everything that I'm saying, it has merit and it has validity. As we see it here today, I'm still being charged with charges that shouldn't even exist based on the testimony that we've heard for the last few days. There's so many things left to still be proven. The prosecution team hasn't even proven that they're licensed to practice law in Wisconsin. They haven't proven, are they just bar association members, or do they have state issued licenses? That has not been proven, which I've raised that issue for the record. I'm not even sure if that was even recorded in the docket sheet. There's so many things. And Your Honor, you still haven't stated for the record if you have full judicial power of the state or is this military power. That hasn't been proven. Nothing has been proven. Not subject matter jurisdiction, not licenses to practice law. My Sixth Amendment right has been basically trampled over. No complaints have been shown. Neither of the three that I've requested, by the way that you told me to request them by inmate communication. Nothing is certified that I get copies of when I clearly asked for them to be certified and to be filed into the record. It's to the point where Your Honor, you should recuse yourself from the presiding at this point. If you're not going to abide by the oath that you swore, which was in your oath, correct? You swore to protect the Constitution of the United States. You swore
No,
to
he
protect
the fuck did not. No, he did not.
If every valid argument that I raised is taken by the court as a sign of disrespect or a sign of trying to intentionally be.
He did not tell her to take herself down. Are you fucking serious? You see what I'm saying? You see what I mean? Like he's fucking talking out of his ass. It's a whole bunch of word salad. He has some nerve, don't he? He has some fucking nerve. You know what he's doing right now? They done took him out of the room, put him in another room. He's sitting there waving at the fucking judge as she's reading his charges off. He's just waving his arms at her. He has no fucking respect. He starts blurting stuff out, screaming stuff out.
Disruptive or causing a problem when I'm merely seeking understanding, because I don't understand. I'm merely seeking to understand why this information has yet to be provided, and we're this far into this matter. And there's still no verified proof. Even as I sit now saying this, there's still no proof being provided. Zero. How is this case allowed to continue without these documents and filings being verified? Is there any legal factual basis that can state why this information has not been provided? Why the docket sheet is incorrect? Why there's so much on the docket sheet that should be on record that's not even in there? That if we had the record,
he don't even know what he's supposed to have in there.
I'm just asking for Your Honor to be fair, which is another right that I have, the right to a fair trial and the right to an impartial jury. I can go on and on and on about what's not being done. I have, again, I say I have the right to face my accuser. Where's the injured party? Who's making the claim? I asked Your Honor numerous times for Your Honor's name. You wouldn't answer. I asked, did you have a claim against me? You did not answer. I asked the whole courtroom, did anyone have a claim against me? No one said anything, which you stated for the record, a non-responsive answer. A non-responsive answer is an agreement, which will be a tactic agreement by you, Your Honor, that you don't have to answer these questions that you should be answering. I have that right. The plaintiff in this matter, which was stated by witnesses in testimony to be the state of Wisconsin. But when I asked, do they see the state of Wisconsin present in the courtroom, the question is shut down, which is a valid question. The plaintiff should be present in this matter. Where is the plaintiff? Who's bringing the claim? Because we know an entity can't bring a claim. It has to be a living, breathing human being. No one is stated for the record if they're the injured party. Not Your Honor, not the prosecutors, not anyone in the court has stated to be an injured party in this matter. No one. Not one person. I have the right to demand that the court place into evidence any unrevealed contract. Has that been provided to me? Have that been placed into evidence? I would like to see it, which is my right. I have the right to inform the jury about the truth and their duty and their rights. That's the First Amendment and the Sixth Amendment. But I'm repeatedly told to shut the question down when this is valuable information that the jury should be privileged to know. They deserve to know. Once they were chosen to sit on this jury, why are we keeping information away from them that they deserve to know? They ultimately have the power. They decide the matter. Why are we keeping information, valuable information, from their knowledge? That's a disservice to the jury. And frankly, it's a disservice to the court that they're not allowed to hear things that they should know, that they should be informed of. It's our right to inform them of everything that they have the power to know, to do, and to know. They deserve that much. It would be a travesty for them to make a decision without being fully informed. And these are all valid things. I have the right to protest and object if any of my rights or demands are not being met. I've done that numerous times, only to be shut down. Numerous times. I've raised the issues that I didn't consent to anything that may have been suggested on behalf of my former attorneys. I've never even consented to them making a plea on my behalf. I haven't, as a matter of fact, when it comes to a plea, I haven't even had the opportunity to entertain any plea that may have been suggested by the prosecution. We haven't even talked about that. Not one time was it ever brought to my attention that the prosecution even wanted to offer a plea. That's another issue. I have the right to challenge the jurisdiction of this court, which I've done numerous times. I have the right to demand that the code be construed in harmony with the common law. I just raised that. I'm constantly referred to as pro se when I've raised the issue that I'm pro per. I have the right to conduct my defense pro per, free from professional restrictions imposed upon licensed attorneys, which this court is well aware that I am not a licensed attorney. In fact, the court is also aware that I only had 3 days to prepare for a trial that the prosecution has been prepared for a whole year. We see these boxes right here. This box alone is 45 or 50 pounds full of so much information. I haven't even gone through half of it. It was stated for the record that the discovery, in its entirety, was brung to my housing unit on the 29th of September, which trial was scheduled, that would be a Thursday, which trial was scheduled for Monday. How can I possibly go through all that, all the paperwork, all the digital discovery and things of that nature? How can I go through all of that and be prepared in 3 days? That's a clear bias. I did not have time to prepare for this. Everything I'm doing is off the top of my head, winging it, taking it as it comes. When the court is well aware that I was not prepared, I raised the issue that it should be an adjournment. At least, at the minimum, it should be an adjournment because of that fact. At least to let me go through all the discovery. That was denied. No valid reason was stated for that when Your Honor knew there is no possible way, humanly possible, that I could be ready for a trial of this magnitude in 3 days. That's clear bias. I have the right to face the injured party claiming damages. That's under Article 3 and the Sixth Amendment. I raised that issue again. Where's the injured party? Is the injured party present in court right now? Can anyone make a claim against me? Can you make a claim against me, Your Honor? Do you know of anyone that can make a claim against me, Your Honor? Can anyone right now in court, anyone, make a claim against me? And because of that, Your Honor, the motion to dismiss should be granted based on that alone. There's no injured party in this matter. So who makes the claim? Who? I have the right to put the judge on notice of my intent to appeal and any ruling decisions during the case. You stated for the record that I would have to wait until appealing process, but my right is that I can raise that issue during the case, which I've attempted to do. That's been shut down. I have the right to specifically reserve all of my rights, which I do at the beginning.
This is a whole bunch of word ass salad. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
To be heard under the First Amendment. And when I attempt to do that, it's taken as a slight to the court, a disrespect to the court, or me intentionally coming into the court to be disrespectful, which I've stated that is not my intention. Never is it my intention. I never intend to walk into your courtroom, Your Honor, and be disrespectful intentionally. I never come into this courtroom to disrespect anyone. But because I don't understand, I raise these issues because they have validity. I have the right to object to any statement made by the judge or the prosecution. I've done that and been repeatedly shut down. Without a lawful explanation. I've repeatedly asked the court for a motion for a finding of fact to determine if things are being done legally. I've been denied that numerous times without merit, which is also my right. I have the right to recuse the judge at any time, which is also a right. I have the right to a speedy and fair trial by impartial jury. I think it's safe to say that my speedy trial right has definitely been violated because this matter has been taking place for roughly a year. I've never consented to waiving anything related to a speedy trial. And if that was done, it was done without my consent or without my knowledge. We're way past the speedy trial date, way past. When the change of venue motion was brought up, I believe that was the first time I came before Your Honor in early March. I want to say March 11th of this year, when the change of venue motion came into play. It was decided by Your Honor that wouldn't be decided until the 20th of June, I believe. That's over the 90-day mark right there for a speedy trial. That was denied, and I still don't understand how that was denied when it's clearly obvious that at minimum the venue should have been changed based on the fact of the magnitude of the matter. There's no possible way anyone in this county would not have some type of connection or some type of knowledge, whether they were told something by someone that they may know. The news reporting alone, just that alone, there's no way that this trial should be taking place in Waukesha County. That's obvious. That's obvious from the way the motion was presented, the coverage alone, the political campaign ads that plastered the defendant's face all over the TV every single day. Every time a political campaign was brought up, it made reference to this incident. Every single time. The fact that people have children that go to the same schools in this county, that people may have worked with the same people in this county. You yourself, Your Honor, stated that you at one time worked with the father of one of the people that was injured in this matter. That is a clear conflict of interest right there. You also stated for the record that not only did...
Well, I don't think that's a clear conflict of interest. He hurt a lot of people. I mean, he killed 6 people, correct? 6? He killed 6 people. Yeah, I seen he tried to build a fucking fort with the boxes yesterday. Like, are you kidding me? He doesn't care, and he just keeps going and going and going with a bunch of bullshit. And he's trying. I cannot. He's got 70? Yes, 6 with 77 charges total. Like, he's still acting a fool.
Did you work with his father? But that at one time they may have donated to your, I don't know if it was to you becoming a judge, or I would have to look through the docket, but you said it on the record that they donated money to a cause of yours. You also stated that when you had gained knowledge of the incident and that their family member was injured in the incident, that you reached out via phone. I don't recall if it was text message or an actual phone conversation, but you put that on the record. You also stated that the nature of your relationship was strictly professional. I don't know about you, Your Honor, but I've worked numerous jobs, and I know what professional relationships is and personal relationships. I've never had the cell phone number of anyone that was a personal relationship saved to my phone that I could reach out immediately when I learned something. That would constitute a personal relationship of some kind. Whether hanging out from time to time, having a cup of coffee, or hanging out time from time, grabbing a beer, or hanging out from time to time, watching a game, or anything of that nature, it would definitely be more than just strictly professional. That was stated for the record. Again, I go back to the Sixth Amendment again. In terms of when I asked for the motion for the evidence motion that I raised, that was denied without any explanation. That would be strictly to placing the evidence any unrevealed contract. That's under the Sixth Amendment. Clearly, there's been repeated violations of my Sixth Amendment. We all know that the United States Constitution is the law of the land, period. It trumps everything. We also know that any law repugnant of the Constitution is null and void. We know that. There's still no basis for the motions being shot down. Why was I not granted the motion for finding a fact? Why did it take so long for me to be brought my entire motion for discovery? Why was the motion to prove jurisdiction not verified? Why was the motion to dismiss the case for all the reasons I said not being granted? Which brings me to the motion to subpoena witnesses. I did everything that was asked of me by the court pertaining to those subpoenas. It was understood by the court that this is my first time ever having to do this. I didn't understand how to properly fill out the subpoenas, at which the prosecution volunteered that they would give assistance. The only assistance I received was for them to check to see if it was filled out right. That was it. That doesn't amount to any assistance. I was still left to fill it out on my own. And then when I did that, correction still had to be made, which would verify what I was saying. I don't know how to do this. But I still complied to what the court asked of me. And even then, it was a big old thing about the subpoenas. I can't subpoena the plaintiff in the case. Well, how can I not subpoena the plaintiff in the case when under the Sixth Amendment, I have the right to face my accuser, which is the plaintiff of the case? So how could the subpoena not be filed? And how could the plaintiff not be called to the witness stand? That begs the question of, does the plaintiff even exist? Which it was stated for the record that not only by a witness, a Detective Casey, that got on the stand and said on the record that is an entity, which is not a living, breathing human being. And then it was stated again by you on the record, Your Honor, that the plaintiff is an entity. So the question still stands. How can an entity bring a claim if it's not a living human being? So where's the claim? Will the plaintiff in this matter, the state of Wisconsin, be allowed to testify? Will they be allowed to be in the courtroom? No, they will not, because they don't exist. Therefore, the claim doesn't exist. For all those reasons that I just stated, the case should have been dismissed a long time ago. Once those issues were raised, this case should have been dismissed. And at the very minimum, should have been dismissed because those still have yet to be proven. We're still talking about jurisdiction. That's been being asked for over a week. There's still no providing of license to practice law yet. Not even by you, Your Honor. Why was I not provided with a certified copy of your oath of office? Why would you not state the name that is on file with the Secretary of the State? Or I made reference the first time to the Secretary of the Treasury, and then you stated on the record that it's the Secretary of State, even though you knew what I was referring to when I asked. You referred to your name tag, but that's not the name registered. We both know that. So why wasn't that proof verified? You gave me a copy of your oath of office, but it is not certified. So how can I verify that that is the true oath of office that you signed? How can I verify that is valid? That's the reason why I asked for it to be certified, which you stated for the record you will not do that. You never stated any legal reason why. I have the right to ask for that legally. I also have the right to call any witnesses to assist my defense, which is the main reason why I subpoenaed the plaintiff in this matter. I also have the right to challenge all relevant laws in this trial in terms of their intent, interpretation, fairness, enforcement, and whether they serve and protect the people. From my knowledge, the design of the statutes of the law was written for the common people to understand. So that would mean the final determination or interpretation of what the law says comes down to the people. You know this, Your Honor. Are you not a public servant? You also know that this docket sheet is inaccurate. Every filing up until the point that I started representing myself was filed in a name that was represented by all capital letters, which is not my name, nor has it ever been my name, nor have I ever seen that name or individual.
But if they said he was free and clear, he would remember that name. He'd go by it.
Was all in capital letters. Ever since September 29th, roughly around there, now everything starts to go to lowercase letters. Why is that? What prompted the sudden change? I still have filings that have all capital letters, which I state every time I come into your courtroom, Your Honor, that is not my name, nor do I consent or agree to being called that name. I'm merely here as a third-party intervener on behalf of my client. Did I accept for value in return for value? We go through this every time I come here. Every time. You bring up Illinois versus Allen when we had the issue of me being removed from the courtroom. We went through that where Illinois versus Allen states that there are 3 options when a defendant is being disruptive in court. you stated for the record that you identified a fourth one, which is not cited anywhere in that case. It's not cited anywhere. So the question would be, how did you come up with a fourth option that's not written in that case? Did you take it upon yourself to add this fourth option to justify denying me my constitutional right by being present? You could have done the three that were stated. Any one of the three you could have done that were stated in the case. Nowhere does it say you can create a fourth option. Not upholding my constitutional rights. I'm sure you know about Title 18, USCS 2381, which states that it's treason not to uphold your oath of office. Treason. You repeatedly make judicial determinations that clearly prejudice in my defense. And then when I question you about, are you making judicial determinations, I'm repeatedly shut down. Which leads to today. The constant push not to have an informed jury. Not giving legal valid grounds on objections, not noting objections for the record to make sure that the record is clear. I'm sure somewhere in the jury instructions, you informed them that the state of Wisconsin was bringing a claim. But then you make the judicial determination that I'm not allowed to ask questions about the plaintiff. That's clear bias. And it prejudices my defense. You know also that you have an electronic filing system. I find it hard to believe that I was told yesterday about my subpoena for the plaintiff that I had to wait for filing in the timestamp when I've seen it done numerous times in just a few seconds, right in front of my face. When the prosecution needs something filed, it's filed immediately. I have to wait, or I have to wait till the next day. That's a clear bias and a clear prejudice to my defense. Obviously, the court knows that I'm not privileged to the same filing system. Which brings me to the reason why I brought up the issue of assistance of counsel. Under the Sixth Amendment, I have the right to assistance of counsel. It doesn't say anything about representing yourself without assistance of counsel. Having counsel represent you and having assistance of counsel is two totally different things. You, Your Honor, gave me paperwork that was a waiver of counsel. We both know that any contract can be altered if I don't agree to certain terms. I crossed out everything in that paperwork that I did not agree or consent to, and specifically wrote on that paperwork that I do not waive my right to assistance of counsel. It has yet to be proven for the record. And upon your refusal, that would be looked at as dishonor.
I'm not addressing it. The jury's coming out.
So is that a tacit agreement that you don't have to answer any questions as a public servant, Your Honor? Therefore, that's dishonor. Are you going to honor your oath of office?
Stand. I'm not addressing it.
Are you going to honor your oath of office?
All rise.
So I'll take that as a tacit agreement that you're not going to honor your
All
oath
right,
of
I'm going to
office.
have to excuse the jury. Mr. Brooks, I warned you that if you made any interruptions when they came out, you would be removed to the courtroom. That's what I'm doing right now. You're forfeiting your right to be present in this courtroom unless you can promise me right now you'll respect prior rulings of this court and not interrupt this next phase of the trial, which is the court reading the jury instructions without interruption from you. Can you do that?
Have I acted in dishonor, Your Honor?
Mr. Brooks, I very expressly warned you.
Have I acted in dishonor?
You have disobeyed a direct order from this court.
Have I acted in dishonor?
You have disrupted these proceedings.
I have not disrupted these proceedings.
Sir, can you
this
pledge
morning.
to me that when this jury comes back out, that you will remain silent and not reference things like subject matter jurisdiction, the court's oath of office, tacit agreements, or anything? Can you pledge that you will respect these proceedings and this jury by not interrupting?
Have I acted in dishonor, Your Honor?
I will ask you one more time. Can you pledge to be quiet, sir?
Why should I have to make a pledge, Your Honor? Have I acted in dishonor?
Because under Illinois versus Allen, I believe you've already forfeited your right to be here, but you can reclaim that as soon as you are willing to conduct yourself consistently with the decorum and respect inherent in these proceedings, which at this point in the proceedings, sir, all I am doing is reading through the final jury instructions. I do not want that process interrupted by statements by you that are frankly misstatements of the law.
If they're misstatements of the law, Your Honor, how come they haven't been proven for the record? And I'm asking, have
All
I
right,
acted
he
in dishonor?
refuses to answer the
Have I
questions.
acted in
I have
dishonor,
given
Your
him
Honor?
an ample opportunity to do so. He has forfeited his right to be present for the reading of the jury instructions, and he is to be removed to the neighboring courtroom. We will be in recess until that takes place.
Your Honor, have
Wow, that is a giant Brussels sprout. So misfits, they get their name because sometimes it's
I'll have the jury brought out then. Record
Sir.
to reflect, we are all back in this courtroom.
before the jury's brought out, can we address subject matter jurisdiction, Your Honor? Before
Absolutely
the jury's
not.
brought out,
Absolutely not.
is that a tacit agreement that you don't have to answer those questions as a public servant, Your Honor? So are you going to act in dishonor?
Mr. Brooks,
Are you going to act
I've
in
already
dishonor?
addressed your requests.
It hasn't been proven for the record, Your Honor. It
The
should
jury
be.
is on its way,
They're not out yet, though.
but they're on the
You
way.
held me in
I'm
contempt.
not
You held me in
addressing these
contempt
matters,
before-
sir.
Have I acted in dishonor, Your Honor? You held me in contempt without me being in dishonor. How have I dishonored the court? Have I acted in dishonor? Have I rose my voice or argued with Your Honor? Have I disrupted the
Mr.
courtroom in
Brooks,
any
you're
way?
back in this courtroom at your request. The jury is coming.
I never should have
Please
been.
be respectful of their time.
I
and of this
have
process
been. They weren't
and
even
the
out
dignity
before.
of the proceedings.
They weren't even out before when I was trying to address what needed to be
Mr.
addressed
Brooks.
before they came out.
You're
Have I-
just
am I
attempting
acting
to
in
disrupt the
dishonor?
proceedings.
Am I acting in dishonor? So that's a tacit
All
agreement
rise
that you
for the
don't.
jury, please.
It's a tacit agreement that you don't have to answer questions as a public servant,
All
right?
right, the jury.
No
is
jury's
not
out.
Mr. Brooks.
No jury's
close the
out.
door.
I was trying to
Mr.
address
Brooks,
this
they are
before they
right
came out.
outside this door. I am not going to do this with you this morning. You either
I'm not
abide by
doing-
these rules
Am I
and
acting in
stay
dishonor?
quiet,
Am
or
I
you will
acting
be
in
in the other
dishonor?
courtroom.
Am I acting in dishonor?
Yes, you are acting
How?
in dishonor.
How?
You are disobeying the direct order of this court to respect the decorum and the dignity of these proceedings. You are merely attempting to delay.
I don't care what you think. That's not accurate.
Mr. Brooks, I am having this jury out. And if you
you're
say
making
one word when that door
you're
opens,
making a tacit agreement.
then you will forfeit your right to be present.
So you're acting in dishonor, then, Your Honor.
All right, the jury may come in.
You're acting in dishonor by making a tacit agreement that you don't have to answer any questions as a public servant. you're not holding up to your oath to protect the
All right, the
Constitution.
door is open and he's talking.
Okay, so you're gonna hold me in
All right.
contempt?
The jury cannot come in. Never mind.
Are you gonna hold
All
me
right.
in contempt?
Mr. Brooks is going to be removed. We're in recess until that.
How
can
am
be
I
accomplished.
acting in dishonor? In that holding cell. I was just trying to figure out why I was in there so long.
Are those the verdicts?
Yeah.
All right, he has those. Thank you.
Is this the paperwork that was just put on my, it was the paperwork on the desk when I came in? That was on top of my folders.
Mr. Brooks, I know that you were given the opportunity to take them to your cell because that is what I was advised. Whether you did that or not, I don't know.
That's
But they
not what
are
I'm,
also on your desk now.
I accept for value in return for value any documents.
We did discuss all of the jury instructions and the verdicts yesterday.
So what was discussed when I was in the cell for over
There
an
was
hour?
no discussion, sir. The court was in recess. Madam Clerk was simply finalizing the paperwork based upon the discussion that was held on the record in open court yesterday.
I was told that I had to stay there per you.
Yes, so that we could provide them to you and you would have an opportunity to take them back to your cell.
But
should you wish to
have
review
been
them.
delivered to the jail?
All right, I don't believe there's any other preliminary issues we
There are.
need to address other than an advisement I will have for Mr. Brooks. But let me turn to the parties and ask if there's anything preliminary to this phase of the trial, which is the jury instructions, the verdicts, and closing arguments from the state.
Publicly, Eric Sorensen claims he wants to do his part to help local law enforcement, but on
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, anything else from you, sir?
Yes, there is. Yesterday, I stressed to the court numerous times about me not understanding the proceedings. And essentially how decisions are being made on my behalf without my understanding or giving consent.
The court made various rulings yesterday. I made findings and ultimately made some determinations. I stand behind the record that was made. I'm not going to explain it further.
So a lot of those decisions were made when I was not present in the courtroom. I was in the other courtroom,
That
correct?
is true, sir.
Is that correct?
The record will indicate when those were made and where you were.
I can't see the record though. How am I supposed to know what the record will reflect?
All right, sir, I'm going to let you make an offer of proof as to why you believe the photographs and the questioning about contact after the alleged incident is relevant.
It's relevant because these were sent by the witness.
It assumes a fact, not an evidence, but
You
what
want
is,
the letter
hold
too?
on. Tell me the basis you believe there's been communication and why you believe it's relevant to her testimony.
It's relevant because it was testified to her first time testifying, and then also by was the last guy, Guth, that he was told that the witness was supposed to be so deeply afraid of me and all this type of stuff. So if you're so deeply afraid and worried about somebody and this and that, why would you speak and have
Do you want
contact?
to open up the door to the other act's evidence of?
That's
you
not
used-
opening.
No.
That's not
Hear me
opening the
out.
door.
Hear me out. Oh, yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
These witnesses have been incredibly careful to abide by my rulings. Sometimes in a court of law, when there are pretrial rulings, the testimony of a witness needs to be said in such a way not to run afoul of that. This witness, Detective Guth, I believe Detective Casey and others, Corey Runkle, and even Nicholas Kirby yesterday, this court has all had to stop them so that they didn't run afoul, or they stopped themselves so that they didn't run afoul of the court's pretrial ruling on other acts evidence between you and this witness. And I've been very, very careful to make sure that doesn't come in. But if you keep questioning her about whether she's afraid or not, or why she wouldn't have contact or not, you are opening the door to that testimony. All of my rulings have been made to prevent what could be seen as prejudicial evidence. The standard's not prejudicial. The standard's whether it's unfairly prejudicial. But you can open the door to that, sir.
It's unfairly prejudicial that I have a document stating that November 20th never even happened, but yet and still the witness can get on the stand and lie on the stand.
Have you turned that document over to the state?
Come on, man. Y'all know that's not right. Y'all know that's not right.
Then you need to immediately turn it over to the state right now. It may become relevant, but no one has seen it. When did you receive the document? Hold on. When did you? I'm having you make an offer. When did you receive the document?
Okay, but I just want to stay for the record, Your Honor, that's kind of biased because the state did the same thing yesterday with creating an exhibit right on the fly that didn't even exist that I didn't have. But
that's not true. That's a misstatement of the
that is
evidence.
True.
No,
she said it herself.
No, marking an exhibit is not creating an
exhibit.
No,
not marking an exhibit. She said
we're not going to go down a tangent, sir.
Right,
I'm going to focus on this, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to make a record.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
When did you receive this document that you claim was sent by this witness?
It's not claimed. It's for a fact.
Sir, it hasn't been established yet. I need to make a record.
So y'all want
I want to see the letter. I want to see the letter.
Okay, so I got.
And I want to know when you received it.
I got to bring that in. Every time, this is what I don't get. Every time I'm presenting something that needs to be made for the record and placed in the evidence, it's a problem. But the state can do it, no problem.
It's not, sir. There are proper procedures, and I want you to make a record. If you don't make a record,
so
then I can't make a ruling.
It threw people off a loop. They weren't ready for it. They scared of it. That's what it is. Oh man,
Mr. Brooks.
Oh man, stop.
When you
stop
are
Stop it. You're a public servant, Your Honor. I respect your courtroom. I respect you. You're a public servant, though. Your job is to be the referee. Is it or is it not? You stated so yourself on record that your job is being the umpire.
Your Honor, can I ask Ms. Patterson, please?
Meet John Carrasco, convicted of nearly beating someone to death. Now arrested for stabbing.
Yes, you can be excused. My apologies.
My apologies too, but it needs to be some truth. Especially when we're talking about stuff that didn't even happen, but they're allowed to get on the stand and say that it happened when they know it didn't happen.
So I'm going to make a record about what you referred to in count 77. Okay.
And what happened to that paper? Because it was on the table. Then when
I need to make a record of a variety of things. And you keep interrupting me repeatedly today. I have shown an abundance of patience this morning. I've warned you repeatedly about being removed from the courtroom. And then every time I try to get into it, you, meaning an explanation and make a record, you interrupt, you attempt to divert everyone from what is being done this very second.
I didn't attempt to do anything.
Yes, you do it repeatedly, sir.
Whatever.
So you're doing it once again.
Whatever. Just make your record.
The document that Mr. Brooks wanted to show Detective Guth and this witness was a letter sent from the state of Wisconsin to the court regarding count 77. The state sought to dismiss that count, and they have prosecutorial discretion. And I granted the request that the charge be dismissed.
Why was the charge dismissed?
And that's, I can't answer. It was dismissed because the request was made, sir. They don't need a reason. There's an abundance of case law about prosecutorial discretion. And they chose not to pursue that. My guess is maybe to simplify things and to keep this tight. I don't know. You know what? I'll indulge you. Attorney Opper, would you like to provide a basis for why the state sought dismissal of that charge prior to the start of this trial?
Yes, Your Honor, because as Ms. Patterson just testified a short while ago, she did not have any visible marks or injuries from that event. And we did have the photographs of her injuries. We did not want to confuse the record as to whether or not there was a battery that occurred on November 20th.
Your Honor, I object to that. What does the letter read?
You have the letter. You showed it to me, sir.
I've been trying to find it ever since I came back here, and now all of a sudden I can't.
And now you're impugning, though, like somehow you're impugning the integrity of this court, the bailiffs of the state. You're accusing, frankly, everyone of moving your paper.
Did I point the finger at anyone? Did I say anyone did anything?
Not directly, but indirectly you did.
So how can you make the assumption that I'm saying?
Can I please make the record without you interrupting?
Yes, you may. I apologize.
I appreciate that. Thank you. But you made repeated comments, sir, about the I can't find my documents. I don't know what happened. Things of that nature. When you came back out, you took multiple minutes before you even asked your first question of Ms. Patterson. And if I need to, I'll have a bailiff put on the record that no one touched your table.
Your Honor, did I say anyone touched my table? I
You
didn't
implied it, sir.
But did I say that? I never
You stated it implicitly.
I never asked the bailiff, say, did anyone of you touch my table? I never said that to them. I just said, I can't find my paper, which is the truth.
And the way that you said it, like,
I didn't point anyone out, though.
And like, well,
I don't
that's
think
kind of
that's fair.
interesting.
I
I
don't
don't
think
have a
that's fair to
document that was
assume.
just on my table. That is what you said.
That's
Words
what
to
I
that
said, but I
effect.
did not point the finger at anyone.
So
I can
you
see
have
if
the
I came
letter.
in, Your Honor, with
You've
all
been
respect,
given.
I can see if I came in and said, hey, one of you moved something off my table, or if I would have directed that towards the state, or if I directed that towards the clerk or something like that, then that would be more of a validity to what you're saying.
I need to continue with the record, sir. It's very apparent to me, sir, that every time, I can't say every time because that would be an absolute, but many times throughout this trial, and especially the last 2 days, when the court makes a ruling that you disagree with, or I want to make a record about some behavior of yours, or a further record about a ruling that you that was not in your favor, that you start peppering me with questions or comments, statements. You question me about the law. You ask, is it verified law? It is, from my perspective, a clear attempt to kind of turn us in a direction away from what we're doing, perhaps even to stall and to delay.
I'm sorry.
That's my perspective. I'm making a rule. You're doing it again.
I mean, because it has no validity.
So I am trying to make a record outside the presence of the jury about a line of questioning you want to ask Ms. Patterson. Now, I've reviewed repeatedly up on the bench 90608 and 90616, which are two of the primary ways you can attack credibility. I've referenced one of those previously. 90608 is evidence of character and conduct of a witness. I'm not going to read through it all, but it's limited to character for truthfulness or untruthfulness. It's not specific instances of conduct. It's character evidence, which frankly wouldn't even come from the witness who's testifying. Right? Then there's the statute on bias, 90616. All right. And none of the questions, as I heard them, went to a permissible topic under bias of witnesses. You generally said credibility. You did not give me any further explanation as to why you believed it was relevant to credibility. Now we have you claiming that there's some document that was sent by the witness after the charges were filed that apparently contained photographs. I think, and you can clarify the record momentarily when I'm done, that you believe goes to the credibility of this witness. So I need to ask a few questions about that, sir, to determine whether it has relevance to those issues. Number one, when did you receive this letter?
I received this multiple letters actually over a period of time. It wasn't, I referred to this one because this one had the pictures. But
and why do you believe it was from Ms. Patterson?
To answer your question with clarity.
Thank you. Does it have a date on it, the letter?
No, I didn't bring the letter about the pictures because I thought from my interpretation, I thought showing the pictures would be okay. How did I get these? So my mind was saying, show the pictures. They didn't come out of thin air. The witness knows that they sent me the pictures. They know that.
Well, again, it assumes facts that aren't here. You're assuming this witness sent it. I don't know. But even if she did, what relevance does it have to her credibility before this jury?
It goes to the credibility because she's put on this facade of being so afraid of someone, but yet still, you know that we're not supposed to have contact, but you still sneaking behind and saying, oh, I wonder how you're doing in jail. Oh, this and this and that.
I don't think she's ever said she was afraid. I think that
was.
was the officers who may have stated that, but I don't believe she ever said that. She specifically said today when you asked her, why did you, it was either why did you go back or why did you have a look at my notes? And
It was why weren't you forthright with all the details? That was the question.
So again, I'm gonna ask you, even if this letter's from her, these pictures are from her, how is it related to her credibility before the jury?
Who else could these pictures be from?
I'm gonna ask you point blank, did you get a letter that's signed from her?
What do you mean signed?
Why do you believe that they are from her?
I have multiple letters.
Now answer my question. Why do you believe the letters are from Erica Patterson?
Because they were sent from Erica Patterson. Why else would I
Were they
say
signed by her?
we need signed?
Did she write her name on the letter?
Here in Illinois, we believe that women should be able to make decisions about their own bodies. I've been marching for women's rights as long as I can remember. Now more than ever, we've got to get out.
Yeah, so he's talking a whole bunch of shit that nobody even gives a shit about. Nobody cares nothing about it. And he's going on and on and on, trying to make relevance to shit that doesn't even fucking matter. Wasting time. Everybody's.
I'm going to go out here. Consume, which I know is true. You've never been in my position. You've never been in jail. So you've never seen a letter from someone writing something in jail. No one's going to
You're not answering my question. What's the basis? Why do you believe they're from Ms. Patterson? Is there some information in them that you wish you would know? Did she sign the letters? Is it penmanship that you recognize? Why do you believe they're from her as opposed to somebody else sending information? You're honestly, I'm just saying, you gotta answer my question.
But you still gotta understand why this is mind-boggling to me. Like, how I have a child with this money. Why would I not over here, right?
But you have a foundation for these letters, sir. That might be your own testimony. So I'm trying to figure out why you believe they're from her, not all this other stuff. I'm saying, and I have a child. I'm trying to, I need to know. It's called an offer.
Are you serious?
What do you believe? Why do you believe they're from her? I am serious.
Because they're from her.
But you're
Like,
so,
how am I supposed to answer that?
I've given you a few reasons why it would lend to that.
So that's me. Yeah.
I need the letter. So if you're going to question her on that, the state absolutely has a right to see the letter. So you need to provide that letter. I'm not, the bottom line is I'm not going to allow any question without having that letter. So the state has the ability to question you about that, to question the witness, and to look at the veracity of what your claims are here. So when I may take an early lunch. If that's in your cell, then you can go get it and bring it. Without that letter, I'm not allowing this line of questioning. Do you have?
She said, do you have the letter with you in court? And he said, no. Dumbass. He just wasted all that fucking time to talk all that shit and didn't have the goddamn letter the whole fucking time. See, this is the shit he's talking about. This is why I couldn't do this. This is a clip from Long Crime. I'm not going to play all of it because they get strike happy. So, which I probably won't keep this up very long anyways. So, I'm going to go ahead and play this one for a minute because he goes off, but I'll probably stop and talk over it.
To benefit you so that you understand your witness has a prior record. Your Honor, when I leave the table, I'm away from the courtroom and I have to elevate my voice. This is the alleged record of able to stop talking.
You see how rude he is? There's no fucking way I would be able to deal with that or nope, ain't no way. That's why I said I had to watch this like in little shifts because he does way too much and he irritates the shit out of me. And turning it into a damn kangaroo court. I'm done with this. Like, me built a box for it yesterday. Just acting like a damn donkey's ass. For what? Can't hear him. The sound is fucked up. Okay, yeah, I don't know what's going on with it then. We'll just stop playing it. I'll stop sharing it. It's probably just this computer. I don't know, honestly. Anyhow, though, yeah, it's irritating. I dropped the link. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and end this, and I'll come back live here in a little bit, but I got to go over and do some stuff with my aunt here after a while, so he's disrespectful as hell. I can't. Oh, Pecan Pie, the first you're watching of it. See, I watched it. I watched it for a while. I peek in and out. I pop in, watch some of it, and then pop back out because he's so fucking disrespectful. I can't. Nope. I'll tell you what, it'll be the quickest. It'll be the quickest. The jury comes back and says guilty. It'll be the fastest one we've ever known, fastest one we've ever seen. It's ridiculous. Yeah, applause for the judge for real. She had the patience of a saint for real. I can't believe that shit. Oh. Well, Clara, there was a big ass fucking fight and argument. I'm about to go over it when I get done. So I'm going to probably end this. I'll go take care of this stuff and then we'll pop back on. We'll come back on. What time is it here? Let's see. It's 11:20 here. Okay, so I'll end this. We'll come back on at like noon or something and stay on for a couple hours or whatever because it's raining. There's nothing here. I got to go help her with something real fast and then I'll be back. So we'll do that. you guys can go catch up on his trial or whatnot. But yeah, there was a big ass fucking fight last night. Not a big ass fight. There was going to be, but yeah. So anyhow, y'all have a good day, and I will talk to you later. It was fun chit chatting and going over this. It's pouring here, Willow. It's like a super gloomy, rainy, icky day. So anyhow, yeah, we'll just we'll meet back up in about an hour. How about that? I was going to, but this laptop's going dead, and I don't know, like I don't have anybody else to come up here and play it. So we can just talk about it when we come back on. I'll see you guys here in just a little bit, and I hope everybody has a good day, and I will talk to you guys here in just a few. Shouldn't be too long, actually, like an hour or so. All right, I'll see y'all in a little bit.
I've been on my own for 3 weeks now. I've been drinking every single bottle, Jim Beam down. You say I'm crazy, but I think you're just mad. You say I'm wild, what's so bad about that? Baby, we were good, like white wine going down. But only the whiskey can save me now. Only the whiskey can save me now. I walk a straight line, but it only brings me down. There's love in that bottle that I'm drinking down, drowning a heartache since you walked down. Only the whiskey can save me now. Only the whiskey can save me now. Even the preacher, he says he can't help me. I've been singing praise the Lord, hallelujah, but it don't set me free. You say I'm crazy, but I think you're just mad. You say I'm wild, but what's so bad about that? I've been seeing old lovers, but they can't keep the memories out. Oh, only the whiskey can save me now. Only the whiskey can save me now. Only the whiskey can save me now. Oh, I walk a straight line, but it only brings me down. There's love in that bottle that I'm drinking down, drowning a heartache since you walked down. Only the whiskey can save me now. Only the whiskey can save me now.